first, the highlights. A Lagos State governor attacks religious leaders and peace progress nationwide. National Association of Nigerian Students threatens protest over epileptic power supply, petrol scarcity. And the foreign scene, Israel to launch invasion of southern Gaza city of Rafah. And sport, Super Falcons player Chiamaka Nadozie claims best goalkeeper crown at French Akma Women's League. Now the details. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has charged religious leaders, particularly Methodist bishops, to continuously partner with the government for peace and progress in the country. Governor Sanwo-Olu described religious leaders as important stakeholders in the city and implored them to continue to propagate good news through their pulpit to give hope to the people in difficult times. The governor stated this during a courtesy visit by the Methodist bishops led by the Archbishop of Lagos Mainland Diocese, Most Reverend Dr. Obafemi Adeleye at Lagos House Marina. The governor assured the visiting bishops of his commitment to providing necessary assistance towards the success of forthcoming Methodist Bishops' Council Summit holding in July. Speaking earlier, the Archbishop of Lagos Mainland Diocese, Most Reverend Obafemi Adeleye, congratulated Governor Sanwo-Olu for his re-election and praised the governor for his remarkable achievement since taking office as the #1 citizen of Lagos State. Lagos State government is vowed to continue to uphold the quality of education and its tertiary institutions to be able to compete favorably globally. Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, will give the assurance in the ongoing ministerial press briefing at Alausa, Ikeja, hinted that within 1 year, Lagos State University LASU Ojo introduced 20 new programs, including BSc Architecture, BA Fine Art, to add value and complement existing ones. According to him, LASU also produced a total 282 first-class graduates in the 2023 session, as well as 10 first-class graduates from the law school. Other achievements include infrastructural development, hostel facilities, library interventions, digitalized staff and student procedures, and learning processes, security and disability support, amongst others. While hinting that plan is underway to commence marine economy and rail technology courses at the Lagos State University for Science and Technology, which now has over 5,000 students in just 2 years, the commissioner listed other achievements to include infrastructural development and new hostel facilities for over 2,000 students in LASU.
As always, giving attention, giving approval, giving support at all times to matters that concerns awards of scholarship and bursary. We will tell you that yes, this will make a lot of impact in their lives, and it will make them focus more on their learning.
In his opening remarks, the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Bengal Motoshaw, who stated that the annual ministerial press briefing was initiated to render account of the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration to Lagosians, noted that government-owned tertiary institutions in Lagos State do not join industrial actions, which has made them highly competitive for admission. Our correspondent, Adiola Kindele, quotes the Commissioner for Tertiary Education as saying that the state recorded unprecedented industrial harmony and peace, which resulted in seamless academic activities on all government-owned higher institutions, while also announcing the introduction of a special scholarship of inclusion to empower people with disabilities and indigenous students pursue their education aspirations. Students have been urged to adopt good reading culture to foster development in the state and the country at large. Director, Lagos State Library Board, Oyadepe Ashimio Amo, stated this to mark this year's World Book Day with the theme Read Your Way. Ashimio Amo emphasized the good reading culture will assist in molding and shaping young minds to be free from all sorts of social vices that distort the peace in the nation, such as kidnapping, banditry, among others. He urged students to use public libraries closer to them, as the state government has provided 13 public libraries across the educational district.
I've been playing very crucial role in nurturing love for literature by providing students access to vast array of books, resources, and activities that spark their imagination and curiosity. This year, World Day offers a range of activities designed to engage our young readers and instill in them a lifelong passion for books.
On our part to the General and Permanent Secretary, Education District 2, Anike Adekoye, who is represented by Director for Education, Macaulay Falashade, noted that reading is a very important integral part of life.
Today marks a memorable day in our lives, as we all know that readers are leaders. The main objective of today's theme, Read Your Way, is to make reading an enjoyable experience in order to promote its widespread adoption as a healthy habit among students and all individuals striving for self-improvement.
Lagos State Government has urged core members serving in the state on ethical conduct and selfless service. Permanent Secretary, Minister of Basic and Secondary Education of the state, Abayemi Abolaji, gave the charge while delivering a lecture titled Professionalism in Teaching at the Lagos State Orientation Camp of the National Youth Service Corps, Paja, Lagos. Abolaji noted that the conduct and ways of life of corps members must reflect their personal integrity, truthfulness, honesty, and loyalty. According to the Permanent Secretary, the desire of every corps member was to serve the country selflessly and make Nigeria a better nation to live in. Abolaji enjoined corps members to make worthy contributions to the state and towards nation building. The rest of the stars, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NAN, says it will mobilize students to embark on a nationwide protest following the current situation in which citizens are contending with the twin problems of epileptic power supply and scarcity of petrol. The body, in a statement endorsed by the Senate President, Akintaye Afiz, and its zonal coordinators, opined the situation in the country as becoming unbearable. Afiz noted that the protest is a collective stand against the systemic failures and neglect that have perpetuated the cycle of hardship and suffering among the populace. Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has threatened to cripple the supply of premium motor spirit, PMS, also known as petrol, over non-payment of 200 billion naira bridging claims. The threat follows the current nationwide scarcity, which has seen prices of petrol surge to between 610 and 800 naira at the pump and between 1,001 and 2 naira at black market. The association's unit chairman and spokesperson, Alba Depo, Mazi Oliver Okolo, claimed that the debt owed by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NMDPRA. This is contained in a communique signed after a press conference in which Okolo noted that NMDPRA failed to pay the debt despite the directive for payment from the Petroleum Minister, Oil, Heineken Mokobere. The federal government has declared Wednesday, May 1, as public holiday to mark this year's Workers' Day. This declaration was contained in a statement issued in Abuja by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Aishetu Gogo Ndayako. On behalf of the Minister, Olubunmi Tunjiojo, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, reiterated the need for excellence, efficiency, and equity, and announced Ministers of Labour, reaffirming President Bola Tinubu's administration's commitment to fostering a culture of innovation, productivity, and inclusivity in the workplace. While acknowledging the contributions of workers, Tundejo called for proactive measures to mitigate adverse effects of climate change through synergy and the implementation of sustainable practices and policies that promote well-being in the workplace and in building a nation guided by the principles of integrity, diligence, and compassion. The federal government has launched the ASU Accord on Economic and Financial Inclusion, a comprehensive blueprint aimed at achieving universal access to financial services across the country. The Accord is a key pillar of President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to transform Nigeria into a $1 trillion economy by 2030 while combating poverty and insecurity through broad-based prosperity. According to a statement issued by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President, Stanley Wokocha, the ASU Accord seeks to bridge the significant gaps in financial inclusion, particularly among underserved segments like women, youth, rural communities, and small businesses. It will also leverage policy reforms and strategic investment to provide vital financial services like credit, insurance, pensions, and savings facilities. Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will launch an invasion of the southern Gaza city of Rafah, regardless of truce talks with Hamas. It comes amid ongoing attempts to try to reach an agreement for a ceasefire and hostage releases. Netanyahu says he will invade with or without a deal. These comments follow renewed warnings by the United States against a Rafah invasion unless civilians were properly protected. More than half of Gaza's 2.5 million population is in Rafah, having fled there to escape fighting in other parts of the territory. Meanwhile, the West Bank-based Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas said an invasion of Rafah will be the biggest catastrophe in the Palestinian People's history. And in sports, Super Falcons star Chiamaka Nnadozie has been crowned the best goalkeeper in the French D1 Akena Women's League. And Nnadozie marked a significant milestone as the first African, particularly Nigerian, to claim this prestigious individual accolade. The feat solidifies Nnadozie's standing as one of the top goalkeepers on the global stage. A 23-year-old beat Olympic Lyon's Christine Endler and Katazi Kidinek at Paris SG to the award. Nnadozie is renowned for her penalty-saving heroics, stopping 7 penalty attempts, the highest tally in all of Europe. Just before we go, speed through spot kills. Please do not drive beyond the specified speed limit. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that Solo administration supplied 86,000 dual functional sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has charged religious leaders, particularly Methodist bishops, to continuously partner with the government for peace and progress in the country. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has vowed to mobilize students to embark on nationwide protests following the current situation in which citizens are contending with twin problems of epileptic power supply and scarcity of petrol. We also told you that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will launch an invasion of southern Gaza city of Rafah, regardless of truce talks with Hamas. And in sport, Super Falcons star Chiamaka Nnadozie has been crowned the best goalkeeper in French D1 Akena Women's League. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adela Akindele. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening.